Hi guys, welcome to the Savvy Money Show with me, your host Sean. If you find any of today's entertainment helpful, don't forget to smash that lovely like button. If you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Today we're talking about investing and when you should start, and how to learn from my mistakes. Well, basically, I think you should start investing as soon as you can and as soon as you know how to invest. The fact is, with me, when I was able to, I made the mistake of putting all my money into an ISA, letting that build up. I had the opportunity of a TESA, which is a tax efficient stocks and shares ISA, and while the same amount put in would have, after 5 years, would have got me 32,000, and I would have had the option to take that out, my ISA only gave me 19,000. I know these figures because my family went into a TESA. Now, the stock market crash came, and their TESA was only worth 16,000, while mine was still only worth 19,000. Mine was safer, theirs was riskier. And at the time they thought I'd done the sensible thing. The thing is, a few years' time, theirs turned around again. That's the way of investing. It's not about timing the market, it's about getting your dollar cost average down. If you can buy at the bottom, brilliant, great. I've bought at the bottom before and it's a great feeling, but it's not something you should try and do unless you know what you're doing. That's why, until you know what you're doing, you're better off investing in an ETF, investing in good, stable companies that are going to either grow over time or pay dividends. Now, thing is, this is an investment calculator, and this is known to be on the conservative side. While doing the calculations, it should be a lot more than this, but let's run with it. If you invest like $25 a week at the age of 20, by the time you're 65, you will have $263,500 or pounds. It's the same for pounds. Now, $250,000 in your investments alone. If we change that by 5 years, you invest in 5 years later, you will have lost 72,000 out of that. Now, if we go back, we will see that only a fifth of that money was what was invested by you. The rest of it was interest. The rest of it was compound interest. Whereas if you do it 5 years later, that goes to a quarter of what invested by you. So the rule is, the earlier you invest, the less you have to put in to get a gain from it. And do not get attracted into FOMO, fear of missing out. The other problems are, if you hit it big in the stock market, like you buy a small stock and it gets taken over, all of a sudden you feel like you're Warren Buffett. You know what's going to happen with the stock market, so you do the same. You buy another small company, or you use your profits from that, or all your money, to buy small companies, hoping they get taken over, and then nothing happens. In the past, when I was early on in my investing career, I went through fundamentals. There's been companies that had all the right fundamentals. They just wouldn't go up in price. No one would come in and take them over. No one wanted to buy them. Couldn't understand it. They had no debt. They had a profit margin. But they didn't have a big market cap. For some reason, there was an attractive investment, and you'll find companies like that. So I've listed one in one of my tips, and to tell the truth, it's only recently that it started going up, and that's because it's recently that people have started looking at the fundamentals of the companies. And there will be time and time again where a company will look like it's got everything going for it, and it will either just stay stagnant, or it will go down and down and down, or just go bankrupt. So if you don't know, think about investing. Shouldn't leave you off of investing. Go into a good ETF. But if you don't know about investing, don't go rushing into investing for the sake of investing. Rather you not invest and not lose your money, get burnt and not invest again, then do it that way. There's plenty of videos about investing, there's plenty of books, there's plenty of ways to learn about it. So the earlier you start, the better. Even if your whole investing career you're just in ETFs, you're doing something. On here I've put down the return rate as the percentage you would get from growth and dividend. ETFs either reinvest the dividend for you into the ETF, or they'll give you a dividend, and I've put that in there already. Now, stocks traditionally would either be growth stocks or dividend stocks, so I've put 6% in, and it would usually be between 3 to 6%. You get some that are higher, but they are riskier stocks. Now, there are some people who are saying if you do more, they're saying you can get 1.2 million. Now, according to this, as I said, it's very conservative. You see, you'll get 750,000 if you start at 25. Sorry about that. And if you start at 20, doing $100 or £100 a week, you will end with $1 million. And this is a conservative estimate. You should end up with more than that. And then again, it's a fifth instead of a quarter. I hope this has helped you out. If it has, then please smash that like and subscribe button, get this out to more people. Hopefully it'll get to someone who's on the fence about whether to invest or not. As I said, if you don't know how to invest, I'd rather you didn't until you learn. So learn about how to invest for investing, and the best way to start investing is invest in a good ETF in the sector you want to be investing. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video.